The iPhone 7 and 7 Plus just turned 2 years old in 2018, and while this phone has been overshadowed by the newer iPhones, it's still currently the best iPhone to buy in 2018 and 2019. What's up guys, my name's Brandon, and in this video, I'm going to be talking to you guys about the iPhone 7 Plus and why I think it is still a terrific buy in 2018 and going into 2019. As the only iPhone to ever come in the matte black colorway, the iPhone 7 has a design that longtime iPhone users will know very well. However, Apple newcomers may look at the iPhone 7 or 7 Plus and say that it looks like a dated phone with a button. So this was the first iPhone to ever ship without a headphone jack, and I believe this was a big reason why a good amount of people skipped this generation of iPhone. It was still a new concept to not have a headphone jack, and people were just kind of, I guess, unsure, kind of confused. And then of course, when the newer iPhones came out and people started realizing, hey, maybe the headphone jack isn't going to be a thing in the future, they opted for, of course, the newer iPhones, or just waited all the way until the iPhone 10, because this was kind of a weird time. Not that many people were really using Bluetooth headphones, not that many people were really using AirPods. A lot of people were still using the wired headphones, and a lot of people needed that headphone jack to be able to listen to their music. And then by the time that people were buying Bluetooth headphones and wireless headphones and basically realizing that the headphone jack was a thing of the past, newer generation of iPhones had already come out. But even though a lot of people skipped it, the iPhone 7 Plus is a spectacular device, both internally and externally. So internally, the iPhone 7 Plus is rocking Apple's A10 Fusion chip with 3 GB of RAM. On the other hand, the regular iPhone 7, the smaller one, has 2 GB of RAM. And let me tell you, this iPhone 7 Plus gives Apple's brand new iPhone XS Max a run for its money in speed tests. I actually made a full video comparing these two, and if you're interested in seeing that, definitely check it out in the cards. It's also down in the description below. A very, very interesting result in that video. And if you actually look back on speed tests from last year, you'll see that the iPhone 7 Plus actually outperforms the 8 Plus in some speed tests and beats the iPhone 10 as well in some categories. Now externally, the iPhone 7 Plus has a 5.5-inch LCD display with a resolution of 1080 by 1920 at 401 ppi. And while of course it's not an OLED panel, it is an LCD, it still looks fantastic in 2018. And then of course we do have the home button, which is kind of weird to go back to. I like being able to use Touch ID again, but it just kind of feels weird, especially since I've been so used to gestures on the newer generation of iPhones. On the rear side, we have a dual 12 megapixel camera setup, one wide angle and one telephoto lens. And this was also the first time Apple ever implemented a dual camera setup into an iPhone. And the iPhone 7 Plus still takes great photos. I mean, both selfies, both rear facing pictures, portrait mode works great. But the only thing I will say is kind of lacking is the video, because it does only shoot in 4K at 30 FPS instead of 4K at 60. Now, of course, this isn't going to be a huge deal to a lot of people, but it is something to remember. And especially me, I love shooting at 4K at 60. So it was disappointing going back to this and only being able to shoot at 4K at 30. Again, not a huge deal because the quality is still impressive, but that is just one difference. Of course, you're going to expect something like that going back a couple years. Now, in terms of holding the iPhone 7 Plus in the hand, it feels awesome in the hand. It just feels so comfortable, especially with that matte black finish. It just feels great in the hand. It only weighs 188 grams, and that's comparable to the iPhone 8 Plus, which weighs 202 grams. And the main reason for that, of course, is the glass backing on the iPhone 8. But the thing I love most is that it doesn't have a glass back. That's the thing I love most about the iPhone 7 Plus is that matte black colorway. Not only is it exclusive and it only ever came on this phone, but it just looks and feels better than glass backings in my opinion. And a few things that I love about having this matte black colorway are, for one, the fingerprints aren't as noticeable. It's not as big of a fingerprint magnet as a glass backing like the iPhone 8 and upwards are. It also does not scratch as easily on the back. I mean, there are some nicks from usage over the years, but nothing really too substantial. And then, like I already said, just the feel, the smooth feel of that matte black on the back just feels amazing. Unlike anything else, any other iPhone with a glass backer, even previously to before glass, it just feels better than any other iPhone. And I know the feel of the phone is not really a huge deal, especially if you're going to be using a case, but it is still something that I wanted to mention. And the iPhone 7 Plus is also IP67 water resistant, so that's also pretty awesome because this is actually the first year, 2018, where Apple introduced IP68 rating on the iPhones. Now, as for the software, I am rocking iOS 12.1 and it runs fantastic here on the 7 Plus. I did notice a bump in performance and battery. I mean, this is just iOS 12 in general, but the performance and battery is great. There are also a lot of great new features like screen time. We have the battery settings, we have group notifications, group FaceTime, we have Siri shortcuts, and just so many awesome features in iOS 12. The screen time and battery charts and settings are definitely handy since the battery is good, but just not great after being used for so many years here on the 7 Plus. Now, of course, we don't have the ability to fast charge with the iPhone 7 Plus again because it does not have that glass backing, but that's not a deal breaker for most people, especially not me. I would rather just sit here and admire the beautiful matte black backing of this iPhone 7 Plus instead of being able to use fast charge on it and replace this with a glass back. So everything I've said so far in this video is great. I mean, everything sounds good, but why exactly is this the phone to buy? Why is this the best phone to buy in 2018 and going into 2019? And the reason for that is just one word: value. The sheer value that you're getting out of the iPhone 7 Plus is simply unmatched at this point, and it's going to remain that way for at least another year. You can pick up a new iPhone 7 Plus for $669 for a 128 gig variant, or you can do what I suggest, and that's to buy a used but mint condition one from eBay or Facebook Marketplace. You can also look at Craigslist if you want, but you can see right here the price on these guys are just unreal. You can see here on eBay they're selling daily for $300 to $400, sometimes even less. And this seemed too good to be true to me, so I actually went into some of these listings and was looking to see if there was like a defect with the screen or something like that, or it was cracked or something like that. But no, people just, I guess, figured that it's old and they want to get rid of it, so they don't care about making money back. So you could buy a great condition iPhone 7 Plus for $300 to $400 or less. And this is the big difference in the iPhone 7 Plus versus the iPhone 8 Plus to me, because the iPhone 8 Plus is selling for at least a couple $100 more than this. And the iPhone 8 Plus isn't really that much different than the iPhone 7 Plus, so I would definitely consider looking at an iPhone 7 Plus, whether you're downgrading, whether you want to update from like a 5S or a 6, the iPhone 7 Plus is where you should be looking right now. Again, I love the way that this phone looks. I love the way that it feels in the hand. It's a performance beast. It performs great on iOS 12. It has good battery life. It takes great pictures, great video. You have portrait mode. It's just all around a very, very solid device. And so for all those reasons, that's why I believe the iPhone 7 Plus is the best phone as far as value goes to buy in 2018 and going into 2019, and probably all of 2019 as well. Unless people start selling their iPhone 8 Plus for the same price that the iPhone 7 Pluses are going for now, I think this will remain the best value buy in 2019. So I want to know what you guys think about the iPhone 7 Plus. Do you have this device? Are you considering going to it? Let me know your thoughts down in the comment section below. Also, make sure to give this video a thumbs up if you did enjoy it. I would really appreciate that. Also, make sure to subscribe for a lot more videos like this. But anyways, guys, thanks again for watching, and I'll see you soon.